Bullet Train is a new Guy Ritchie movie from the director of Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw. It was written by some guy named Zak, who also wrote Fear Street Part 2, 1978. What the fuck? The movie stars Brad Pitt and Kick-Ass Guy, who's all grown up and looks like he does porn on the weekends. This is a hell of a stash he's got there. It also stars the beverage called Corona. Doesn't that Corona look good, guys? Nicely lit, center frame, very subtle. Brought me back to that embarrassing Superman movie where IHOP was like part of the plot line. Do you remember that? Or better yet, that Brad Pitt zombie movie, I forget what it's called, where he takes a nice, refreshing Pepsi break. My friend Ben and I laughed so hard in the theater. He's just like, it takes a Pepsi break. But no. Okay, Bullet Train. I was looking forward to this. It looked really fun. I like a wacky action movie. I like Japan. And I will watch anything with Brad Pitt in it, even if he's in it for like 10 seconds. And bum what's the verdict? Well, I was really worried for the first 30 minutes because it was just so Guy Ritchie. Like, take a chill pill, Zach. We get it. You're a fan of Snatch. But holy guacamole, brother. There is a fine line between creating and homage and outright reaching down, unzipping, and filleting the guy. It's also problematic when your dialogue simply isn't as good as his. Or was, I guess, now that Guy Ritchie's movies are either mediocre or totally unwatchable. Seriously? Will Smith? What the fuck? But then I got used to it. And when the absurd onion of the storyline started to unpeel and the action picked up, I was like, this is fun. The story is basically the story of Snatch. If you haven't seen Snatch, go watch Snatch. But you got a train, you got a briefcase, you got like 6 factions engaging in a comedy of errors and misunderstandings with each other over said briefcase. It all spirals into a madcap barrage of double crosses, new character reveals, and it's all wrapped up in Takashi Miike level hyperviolence. If Ritchie was influence number 1, Takashi was definitely number 2. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can check out 13 Assassins, Audition, Ichi the Killer. Oh god, what's that other one we covered? Sukiyaki Western Django. This one's probably the most like that. But in Bullet Train, people get shot, sliced up, blasted in half, poisoned so they bleed from the eyeballs, and more, and it's played like a cartoon. And I love that kind of schlock. It feels at home in the canon of Robert Rodriguez, Tarantino, and like I said, Takashi Miike. And on top of the excellence of Brad Pitt, you have a huge array of great character actors who bring the movie to life. And everyone looks like they're having a blast making this movie. The biggest problem with Bullet Train is a tough one to extricate because it's tied 100% into what also makes it good. And that's the pedigree. I think they did a damn good job of making a wild, fun Guy Ritchie movie with influences from those dudes I just talked about. But I could never shake the feeling that the movie was trying just a bit too hard to make sure I knew what those influences were and that I knew it was cool, as opposed to just being itself, which is where coolness comes from. It comes from being natural. On the same token, I'd say the comedy ratio was also about 65% successful? Passing grade, but boy, it ain't no Snatch. The difference in wit was, in fact, so vast at times you could park a jumbo fucking jet in there. Oh god, sorry for the accent, I had to. I just had to. You Snatch fans know what I'm talking about. I also gotta say, some of the CGI needed a few more hours, days in the microwave. One last criticism, I would have preferred the movie to lean further into its flirtation with its Japanese pop aesthetic. Like, if you're going full Japan, guys, go full tilt boogie. Don't beat around the bush with your American rock songs. Go balls deep. But really, all those little problems kind of fall by the wayside because the cleverness and fun factor in the plot, the action, and performances just take over. And even if Bullet Train does feel kind of rehashed or like a copycat, you show me some fun, modern, high-budget, high-octane, hyper-violent movies with this caliber of talent involved. They don't really come around too often, or at all. And like I said, I love this stuff. Bullet Train is probably one of the few movies I've seen this year that I will end up watching again, even in spite of my many criticisms. And I'm done. That's it. Go team. Go you. Go me. Go, I don't know, Guy Ritchie? When is he gonna make a great movie again? I hope it happens. Anyway, next up is Against the Ice, if you want to watch along. That movie looks interesting to me. It came out a while ago, but whatever. And we will discuss it soon. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.